For the first segment of the day, we are going to be talking about the 6th game the Vikings need to look forward for this 2020 season as their schedule has been released recently. Okay, I think I need to turn up my volume. How's about that? Is that good? Is that good? There we go. I think that's better. All right. Or was it good? Okay. It was definitely all right. I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay, so I have selected 6 games I think that you need to look forward for this 2020 season. Now, obviously, if you're a Vikings fan, you are going to be looking forward to every single week of the season because they're all important. Every game is going to be important, like every year. Oh, okay, except last year. I mean, week 17 against the Bears was not very important, but yeah. Besides that, anyways, we're going to be talking about 6 games that I have selected out of their 17 games or 16 game schedule from the 17 weeks, and starting it off with week 1. Now, obviously, week 1 is a week you always look forward to. I mean, it's what, 4 months of no football? No, more than that, of no football. You got to look forward to week 1. Even if you're a Jaguars fan, you're looking forward to week 1. Week 1 is the season and home opener against the Green Bay Packers, our arch rival, obviously, at home. And this is going to be a weird game. I mean, it is just a 12 o'clock Sunday game on the 13th of September. So not a weird time, but it is a weird time to play football anyways, with no fans in the stands. This is going to be a really just much of a different season. I mean, because of how much of a home field advantage the Minnesota Vikings have. Now, just about every team has a big home field advantage, not the LA Chargers, besides the LA Chargers, because every time they play at home, it's all the visiting team that's in the stands, their fans. But the Vikings have a huge home field advantage, and to not have this for this next season is going to be really weird, but hopefully it still works out. I mean, Vikings do really well at home games and not very good at away games, and I don't know how that's going to play with the Vikings this year, but I think they'll still be all right. I mean, they did win some big away games last year on the road, and so that would be week 1. Now, week 5, by the way, I have the first 5 weeks on the scrolling text down here, if you can see that. Okay, I think I am out of sync. For week 5, I have selected the primetime game against the Seattle Seahawks. It's like every year the Vikings play the Seattle Seahawks on primetime on an away game. This is the 3rd year in a row the Vikings play the Seattle Seahawks on an away game. This is not a Monday night game, though. The last 2 years they played the Seattle Seahawks on Monday night games. This will be a Sunday night game, so still a primetime game. This would be October 11th, 7:20 Central Time against the Seattle Seahawks on an away game. And again, we do really bad against the Seattle Seahawks. Have we ever lost to Russell Wilson? I mean, Russell Wilson, I don't think the Vikings have ever, beat Russell Wilson. I don't think the Vikings have ever beat Russell Wilson. We are just not good against the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know what it is. Last year, Kirk Cousins played really well. You cannot blame last year, even though they say he doesn't win Monday night games. Last year, he played really well against the Seattle Seahawks. It was just our special teams on why we lost that game. Our offense did good. Defense did good, too. It was our special teams that made us lose that game. We were just outmatched by the Seattle Seahawks due to our special teams. And so that would be week 5. So 5 weeks after that is another primetime game. Our next primetime game against the Chicago Bears. This is our only Monday night game. We usually only have one Monday night game a year, and we will take it because, again, we're not that good on Monday night. We are pretty good on Sunday night, though. But anyways, this would be against the Chicago Bears. Now, Chicago Bears, I do not think are going to be good this season, especially because this is away. This is another away game. All of our primetime games are away. Wow, that's sad. But this is a primetime game away against the Chicago Bears. I think the Vikings should have this by a long shot. The Vikings, I think, are a far better team than the Chicago Bears, especially because even though the Chicago Bears are going to have home field advantage, not really, because there's obviously no fans in the stands, and fans are what hypes up defenses. And the Chicago Bears, again, have a really good defense. And with no fans hyping up their defense, well, maybe their defense is not going to look as good. I think their offense is garbage, and I don't think they're going to be a good team this year. I'm going to be putting my predictions for the NFC North later in this video. It's a little bit early predictions, but I'll still be doing that. So, week 10, Chicago Bears, primetime, Monday night. Please, Kirk Cousins, pull through and get your first Monday night victory. I think this will be the Kirk Cousins' first Monday night victory, just because I don't think the Chicago Bears are that good. And even though it's an away game, I mean, there's no fans. to hype up the defense. So I don't think it's going to go well for the Chicago Bears this game. And then week 12 is a home game against the Panthers. And you may be wondering why against the Panthers, because the Panthers are not going to be a good team this year. The Panthers are in a very tough division with the New Orleans Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Atlanta Falcons, who Atlanta Falcons are actually pretty good, but Panthers are probably a better offense anyways. This would be a just normal 12 o'clock Sunday game on November 29th. And you may be wondering why the Panthers. Well, the Panthers have a lot of our players. I mean, starting with their starting quarterback of this next season, the Teddy Bridgewater, and they have a whole new team. I mean, with Matt Rule coming in, leading this offense, Teddy Bridgewater also being his guy, it's a whole new team, the Carolina Panthers, and you don't really know what's going to happen with them. I mean, Carolina Panthers could honestly have an amazing season. They have a really good offense, and I think Teddy Bridgewater does fit really well with that offense. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, top 3 running back in the league. DJ Chark, amazing wide receiver, and then Curtis Samuel, and who's the other wide receiver? They got another wide receiver too, but still, they still have Jarius Wright from the Vikings. Stephen Weatherly they got from the Vikings this last offseason. They have a lot of players from the Vikings, so this is going to be a nice game to have at home. Teddy Bridgewater leads them, a ton of other Vikings on the team, and a whole new offense really, or a whole new entire roster basically. The Carolina Panthers are in full rebuild. Next up, week 14, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is an away game. We always got to play these tough teams on away. I mean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be a really good team this next season. They added, obviously, Gronkowski, who I think is the greatest running back. I don't know why I said Gronkowski before Tom Brady, and I called him a running back. I don't know what. It's early. Obviously, grabbing Tom Brady, their quarterback, who a lot of people say is the greatest quarterback of all time. I beg to differ. I'm more of a Drew Brees and Peyton Manning. He's probably better than Peyton Manning, but Drew Brees. Anyways, led by Tom Brady, and they added Gronkowski, who I think is the greatest tight end of all time, and their offense looks really good. And this is going to be a team the Vikings have got to beat because it's a away game. It's a huge game for Kirk Cousins. I mean, they're going to be a good team. They might not be like a Super Bowl team or whatever, but they're going to be a good team. I mean, they have way too much talent on the offense and defense. Their defense gets overlooked. They have great defense, especially their linebackers, Devin White and Shaquille Barrett, amazing linebacker duo. They have a really good defense, and it gets overlooked by how great their offense is as well. So Tom Brady is going into his 20th season of the NFL, and the Vikings have yet to beat Tom Brady. 20th season. Now, of course, Tom Brady didn't play like his first 2 seasons, but still, how do you go that long, that many years? That's like how old I am without even beating Tom Brady once in your entire 18 years. How long has Tom Brady been a starter? Probably 18. He probably didn't play like his first 2 seasons. But still, how do you go that long without beating Tom Brady? I don't get how that happens. They've got to do it this year. It's about time the Vikings beat Tom Brady. And with all these storylines about the Vikings, can't win Monday night games, can't beat Tom Brady, can't beat what other team? The Seattle Seahawks ever? What? All these things surrounding the Vikings, they have got to take care of this year, and Kirk Cousins has to make a name for himself. I mean, he still gets all this hate because of all these storylines or whatever. I don't see why. I think Kirk Cousins at his best is a top 5 quarterback. At his worst is probably a bottom 5 quarterback. So that would be week 14. That is just a regular 12 o'clock Sunday night game on December 13th. Next, week 16. This is going to be the biggest game. I love this matchup, and I love the day that it comes on. This is going to be week 16 at the New Orleans Saints. So this is an away game. Now, obviously, without fans in the stands, it's not going to be like a normal away game when you play the New Orleans Saints. I mean, usually, like even last year, when the Vikings play the Saints, which we won, when you play the Saints on away, they cannot hear anything. The offense gets completely screwed up. But, hey, Vikings pulled through and looked amazing on offense. So this game happens on December 25th, Christmas Day, and it's a Friday. Not Friday night game, Friday at 3:30 game. And I don't know the last time I've seen a Friday game in the NFL ever. I don't think I've ever seen that. So for this game to happen, this is because obviously this Rona is messing it up, and there's not all the NCAA games, so they can play on Friday. And this is going to be a very interesting game for the Vikings. And please win. I mean, for the Vikings to win that game would be huge. Even if it's week 16 and the Vikings playoff hopes are just ruined. The Saints are such a fun team to just play against. I love the Vikings against the Saints. It's such a good matchup because I I feel like the Vikings are just good against the Saints because our pass coverage is really good against Michael Thomas. We just triple teamed him and then put somebody on. Oh, we did not do good against Taysom Hill though. He kind of messed us up. But still, the Vikings did beat them in like the last no, two of the last three matchups. Two of the last two in the playoffs because the Vikings did get squashed by them 2 years ago. Vikings always have to play the Saints in a way. That's another thing. The Vikings got to play all the good teams in a way. I mean, you look at this year, the ones that I've highlighted, they play the Seahawks on a way. Now, Seahawks, they might not be that good, but the Seahawks are always going to be at least the Seahawks are always going to be at least good, even though I don't think they're going to be like a top team competing for a Super Bowl, but they'll always be like a good team with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. So we play them on a way. We play the Buccaneers on a way and the Saints on a way. So this schedule is not as bad as last year. We also play the Colts on a way. I didn't put that as one of the biggest games, but the Colts are another team that could be, I think, will be playing for a Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. So yeah, that's one thing. Those are 5 games I highlighted that you got to look forward to this 2020 season. Obviously, if you're a Vikings fan, you're going to be looking forward to every single week. That's what I love about football. There's one game a week, so there's so much anticipation building up. I do like basketball too, but it's kind of, there's so many games that there's not as much anticipation per every game, and there's so much put into every single game. That's what I love about football. So let me know what y'all think. Is there any games I should have added to this list? If there's any I should have taken out, maybe you don't like looking forward to the Panthers game or something like that, which obviously we're going to be looking forward to every single game, but let me know what y'all think. This is the first time I'm doing this in my new layout. We got the scrolling text down here of the first 5 games. Audio and video might be out of sync. I'm trying to fix that right now. I'm doing live. This is live on Twitch and YouTube, twitch.tv/themattwitt, youtube.com/c/ whatever YouTube channel is, Morning Kickoff, something like that. Matt Witt, Morning Kickoff. But this is the new layout. We've got the Polaroid picture rolls right here of the greatest Vikings moments. So this is a new thing I've been doing. I haven't uploaded anything in the last month, so this is the new way I'm doing it. And let me know what y'all think. If there's anything you dislike, if the audio's too loud, out of sync, this is my first attempt at this, so it would mean a lot if you would just let me know what I need to work on. And as always, until next time.